Hey, it's your girl, Nellis, and I am bringing you another Industry Night podcast. So today joining me is none other than Rock Harper. Yes, Chef Rock Harper. You know him from Hell's Kitchen because he won back in the early 2000s, and he's been on a variety of television shows, but he has his amazing Queen's Mother fried chicken and also his newly opened Hush Harbor. No cell phones allowed. But what's most interesting about our conversation today is not just what cell phones are doing to us and the way we communicate with one another, but really what's happening with the industry. And when I tell you we go down some rabbit holes about the current state of the hospitality industry, I kid you not. I mean, this show could have been like 4 hours long because we just had so much to talk about. So I'm going to be talking with Rock Harper, but I also talk with the lovely people who own this establishment. Chef Peter Kannasute and his wife Cici Yang have invited me in to do some shows in their YUME hospitality spots. We're at Rim Tang here, the Thai townhouse, and Chef Peter and his mother, who we call Chef Mama, but her name is Prapit, La Femina, and they're hosting me here. They made all this delicious food. Look how gorgeous it is. And they chat with us a little bit about the concept at the end of the show. So grab your own delicious Thai, buckle up and get ready for an amazing conversation about what's happening in the industry on Industry Night. Okay, so I'm sitting with a really old friend, Rock Harper. I think I know him from like just as I was starting the list, areyouonit.com. In fact, I'm positive of it because he was a Hell's Kitchen winner. And he has been cooking and creating and making around the DMV, but really around the country for over 20 years. You know, he's on TV right now again. He's on TV a lot. This guy likes TV. And I used to do, a long time ago, I used to do the National Harbor Wine and Food Festival. And every year I had to have Rock as one of the demo chefs because of the ladies. The ladies love Rock for good reason, because he's so cute. And but he's doing a lot of great things right now. And he's got Queen's Mother fried chicken. He is a mentor. He has Hush Harbor on 8th Street, which is about no phones, which we're totally going to get into. But he is an industry veteran, and I'm so excited to talk to him today to catch up. So hi.
Nikki, Nellis.
It's been so good to see you.
Always good to be in your presence.
Oh, thank you, my darling. So for those who don't know Rock Harper, which I don't know how that would be possible, can we get a little like 411, like when did you break into the cooking scene?
Well, it's getting, when you said really old, I was like, man, what is that? That fill in the blank. Mm-hmm. It could have gone several ways, but I'm glad that you ended with friend. I graduated culinary school in 96, so
okay.
I guess that's when I got in.
Where'd you go to college? Oh, you went to Johnston & Wells?
Johnston & Wells,
right.
Yes.
Great school.
When it was in Norfolk.
Mm-hmm.
And I started BET on Jazz. It was 11th and H, across
yes.
the Grand Hyatt. Bob Johnson's fine dining.
Mm-hmm.
Worked under T. Dan Lee and a couple other chefs there. Then I went to B. Smith. So that's where you took off. To really learn a lot more. I was a sous chef there, but B. Smith's in Union Station, and that's when I worked there for about 9 years. So I started as a sous chef, and then me and the chef were beefing. I went in the front, which was very valuable. But a no-no back in our generation. It's like, you want to be
You're the back or the front. You don't get to do both.
Exactly. So manager, then went back to, when he got gone, went back to become the executive.
But think of this, not to like go down a rabbit hole there, but think of the skills you learned being in the front of the house. Because I was talking with somebody else in the industry about like l'Académie de Cuisine, RIP, and like some other cooking schools that are no longer available. Wait, what was the one you were?
Stratford.
You were at Stratford.
Yeah, they also had BIC in Baltimore.
Right, like so they're just there's not as many places.
No.
But one of the things that was missing, and maybe that's changed, I know it's changed at CIA today, was understanding the front of the house and understanding the business. Do you know what I mean? The math.
I didn't know CIA was teaching that. I think, we had a food costing class at Johnson & Wales, and shout out to them. But, however, I still think it's lacking, right? So my time in the front of the house was very valuable. I worked under two of the greatest, Tom Townsend and Kari Edgecombe. And they really taught me about front of the house, how to be a really good manager. But also I got to peek into the P&L, right? And to see the restaurant's making $6 million a year, but B and Dan are only taking this little bit amount.
Right.
And so that prepared me for today when I don't make no money. But I think culinary schools, I've said this for many years, they don't listen to me, but there's a unique opportunity to train aspiring chefs or cooks or restaurant owners. And maybe they don't teach it because maybe that they think that would hurt their bottom line. I don't know. But this is why we get a bunch of people who are uneducated about the business, and we sometimes fail, and we're like, oh, I wish I would have known this. It doesn't take a lot of classes.
Well, you just don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And hospitality, graciousness, that is not something that everybody has. And it's something that can be taught, but you have to be open to that. So I think all those things are really important. I always think of one of my kids went to Northwestern, and he got accepted to the theater school. He is not in theater now, but he did go to the theater school there. And the crazy thing about Northwestern is that you don't just get to be in front of the camera. You have to know lighting, you have to know makeup, you have to know costumes, you have to know writing, you have to know every component of the theater, so that when you're in the theater and a light bulb goes out, a Northwestern grad can go up and change it because they know what to do it. So not knowing the entirety of the business, I think is so important.
I think it is as well. One, in this business, you got to be a plumber, a psychologist, woodsman. You got to do all of the things. But also, what I learned in cross training and jumping out of the front of the house is empathy. Well, I didn't learn empathy, but now I'm in the shoes of a manager. So when I yell, I understand now what is going on the other side of the wall of the kitchen, right? So, and the same things, bartending, server, busing. Some companies make you go through all of the things. Yes, I can do it if I need to. I can run all of my restaurants, not by myself, but I can do all of the positions. But the empathy I have and the understanding and the compassion I have for all of these positions was fostered by me actually being in that spot and learning what that was like. Well,
I think it's super important. I love that you said that. So when you were at B. Smith's, is that when you did Hell's Kitchen?
Yeah, I was tired.
How did you get that opportunity? Because that's like before Top Chef. That's before, that was like early days as
early reality.
Early reality. Like the Food Network was really at that point like the only place for sort of food television.
Yeah.
And chefs were just starting to break out.
Yeah. Top Chef was just starting too.
Okay.
I wanted to apply. It wasn't casting. I wanted to apply to the Food Network joint, the Network's Next Star. That wasn't casting. Hell's Kitchen was casting. I knew, I love entertainment and I love TV, and I knew I was going to do something. And B. Smith's was going well, but I just needed to skyrocket my career. So I applied to Hell's Kitchen, and the rest is history. But
well, for people who don't know, give us the in on it. There's a skinny.
Yeah, the skin. I competed. It's a very hard show. It's the hardest show. It's the hardest thing up until that point, career-wise, that I've ever done.
Sure.
Hosted by the infamous Gordon Ramsay, my man. And it's a competition where he puts you through the test of just, pressure testing you every shift, every day. And it's really about teamwork. I should do a breakdown of why, people think it's about the shoutiness, and it is.
Well, but that's theater.
It is theater.
And I'll be honest with you, like 20 years later,
Yeah.
I think it was Ed Lee who fought me on this. Because I was like, I don't think that does anything for the hospitality industry. And he's like, well, I disagree with you. But that's another discussion.
Yeah.
But, you know, to me, with Top Chef and Hell's Kitchen and all these food shows, it changed drastically the way people in this country see food, know about food. I mean, the diner is definitely more educated
100%.
because of what's on TV. I mean, that is the good news.
100%.
But the bad news to me was like the yelling and the screaming. Like, I'm just like,
Yeah.
there's no kindness in that. There's no hospitality in that.
Yeah.
So I have issues with that today, 20 years later. Like, shows where people are yelling and screaming, I'm like, don't we have enough yelling and screaming? Aren't we done with that?
Yeah, it kind of took off. I mean, Gordon Ramsay is the face of it, sort of in the American TV realm. I hear that. The issue that I have with that, people ask me all the time, well, how could you deal with Gordon Ramsay? And I say, I dealt with this in real life. A show, when I'm going to win $250,000, that's play.
Right. I'll deal with it.
I was dealing with it when I was making $7 an hour from a guy that was a tenth. It wasn't as talented as Gordon Ramsay's Pinky, right? And it was in front of real people. So the challenge that I have with, you know, Gordon and Hell's Kitchen did not create the mean, abusive chef, European or otherwise. That existed. It still exists. I think differently after the last 5 years, but it showcased some of the terrible things that happened that we, in my generation and prior, we were just... That
was the deal.
Like, there's a couple of guys I won't name check that we would talk about the famous dress downs. Oh yeah, in the city.
I'm sure we could go back and forth about some of these guys.
I'm sure you know.
Yes.
So I think that Hell's Kitchen, it opened eyes. It definitely put food. I mean, 25 years ago, you go to the table and talk about cilantro, and people were amazed. Now you can't tell a 6-year-old about.
Well, I mean, look at the food in front of us now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're surrounded by gorgeous food, Thai cuisine. What they're doing is amazing here at Rim Tang. But let's be honest, like, we have amazing Thai food.
Yeah.
And it's not just in D.C. or New York or Philly or Boston or L.A. or San Francisco. You can go to small towns around the country.
Yeah.
And now, are there some people who come in and be like, I don't know what that is? Sure. But they're trying it, they're tasting it, and I just think people have a more developed understanding of cuisines from around the world.
I agree, and I attribute that to, I'll say, started with the Food Network.
Totally.
Because Top Chef, Hell's Kitchen, you don't get culinary, into the food as much, and maybe more so in recent years. But people have access now to know what these things are. When Top Chef, I remember the episode when Calicchio, when they did a black radish thing, or they did something with black garlic, and I would talk to my sales reps, and these things would go through the roof. Yep. And you go to the grocery store, there's black radish there. That's because black radish existed. All of these ingredients existed. Right. But because the public is aware, now they want to buy it, now they want to cook it, and when they go out, they're like, oh, that's black radish.
Right.
I'll get that. Right. So food TV has been tremendous for our industry.
I think so too. Yeah. And I mean, even when you think of farmers markets, right? I mean, when I first moved to the DC area, you had Tacoma Park and DuPont Circle were like the big farmers markets. Yeah. And I mean, now there's a farmers market every day of the week, like amazing farmers markets with incredible product. Yeah. Apples, 18 different kinds of apples, 14 different kinds of pears. When it's tomato season, which there are still like some tomatoes left, like 100 varieties. It's amazing what we have available to us. We're incredible. So fortunate, right? We are.
I love this city. Because it's at the crossroads of like so much of the crossroads of the world, right? And so many different cultures can come here, and we have already a baked-in culture that's incredible. But I was where was I? Downtown somewhere, and I just made a left, and I popped up on a farmer's market. I like, and this was a Tuesday. I had lunch with Sean. Like, I'm like, yo, I didn't even know, but you're right. And then here's a crazy thing: year round, there are farmers markets in the winter.
I know.
Not as many, of course, but there are farmers markets in the winter, and I just find that I think many years ago, of course, that you could. Nature's like, we always been here. Nature's like, we've been here, but we weren't able. We didn't have a consumer base that wanted it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you mentioned something I want to kind of go back to. You said you love DC, but you left for a while.
I did.
Where'd you go?
Well, I went to Las Vegas for a year. I won Hell's Kitchen, so I moved my family out to Nevada, out to Las Vegas, because I said, I wanted to do the whole thing. I didn't have to. When you win the show, little known fact, you don't have to take the job. You win the money, and nobody can take away that you won the show.
Right.
But you don't have to. But I wanted to, and my family wanted to as well.
Okay.
So yeah, I left, and I came on back too.
Yes, you did. But you've done so many things in the intervening years.
Yeah.
You've opened up different concepts. You work with the Ali family.
Yes.
And it's not on your bio, but weren't you working with DC Central Kitchen?
I was. So DC Central Kitchen, this is after I came back. I started out, I served on the board for a little bit, a couple years.
And that's when, it's not when Mike was in charge, it was when...
Mike was there.
Yes.
Robert
Bobby
was there.
Egger, yeah.
Yeah, he was still there. My first office was, Robert and I shared an office.
Okay.
Which was great and interesting at the same time.
I bet. He's such a character.
He is. And, but yeah, so I was a board member, then I became the director of kitchen operations, and this is like, people, my chef friends were like, why are you working there? And I really believed in the mission, and I believe in... the people that were there looked like me and came from circumstances that were very similar to mine. And I wanted to be all the way in. So I was director, then I worked in CJT, the training program, and then I went to open up a couple more restaurants, so I left. But I've done, I look at my bio, my 20, 30 years, and I need to flex some days, but I've done a lot, and I've been blessed to do a lot. It's just the energy that's working through me, but I've been blessed to be able to do a ton. You have,
but you have always had, you've always had different restaurants and food concepts, like Queen's Mother, sorry about that, Queen's Mother, which is an ode to your mama.
Yes.
And you have some new projects now, but TV has always woven its way in. You've always gone back in front of the camera. How would you, is it good for business? What is the drive to that? Do you want to be on TV more? Are you I want to host a show? Can you do both? Is that a priority for you?
Yeah, so TV can be good for business. It also can not mean anything because, and this is a very valuable lesson. In 2007 when I won Hell's Kitchen, I was cooking somewhere and I was in Vegas and I was doing some other things, but because the channels were so small, I had MySpace, Facebook was really young, and it was just
social media was
nothing.
Barely there, right?
So my popularity was much different than a Hell's Kitchen winner last year. There's so much noise and so many things. And then, does that translate to this show is global. Gordon Ramsay's global. So how many people are coming to H Street to eat as a result? Very few. Specifically, I'm going to go see the Hell's Kitchen guy. But TV is good. I feel like I want to do, I have some things coming up. I'm going to do more. It all starts with the team on the ground, right? The team at the restaurants has to be... solid.
Sure.
And I think it's great, not necessarily for business. They're not these things that are, if you do this, it'll mean more business.
Right.
I think that it's just good to showcase, what you do, what you've been doing for such a long time, it just adds. This is some of those ripple effects. You throw it into the pond, and you don't know how it'll resonate. Who sees it? Who might want to invest in you?
Right.
Or
well,
anything.
I just think I use the term products, which I didn't use before. In fact, when somebody said it to me the first time, I was like, what? But now I have a better understanding of it, right? So like I do have the online component with the listareyowantit.com, and then I have a radio program, Foodie and the Beast, and then I have a pod vodcast with this industry night, and then, you know, social, because you have to have social, which is an entire business model in and of itself. And then I MC, and then I judge, and then, you know, so like I have all these products that fall under the Nikki Nellis brand, and then I have an entire consulting arm. Like, you have to have all these things in order, it all feeds the beast, right? So whether or not your current television role, what are you on? You're on another Gordon Ramsay thing right now. Secret Service.
Yeah, well, we go in and he's rehabbing, but he's a little nicer. And I was undercover diner.
Right.
So he called me up earlier this year and said, you know, would you help me? He said the problem with Kitchen Nightmares is that when he comes in, the sky.
The real nightmares.
Yeah. Oh, they're really bad. And it's hard for him to, when people know they're coming, they clean up. These crappy restaurants would spend thousands of dollars to clean up. And they might even hire a consultant chef or something like that because they don't want to look super bad.
Right.
And so it got harder for them to do the show in the authentic way. So he said he's got this whole new concept. And it was fun.
So tell us a little bit about what your role is in that.
So I'm a secret diner. And what I do is I put on a beanie because G's in my ear.
Okay.
And I have like this body cam actually. So people are like, why are you at this big ass lumberjack shirt on? And it makes me look bigger than I am. But I have a body cam underneath it. So it was kind of cool. So he's talking, he's going in, asking me questions, and I'm giving him, you know, he trusts this is what he said to me, I trust you, you run restaurants.
You have a good palate, you're a chef.
So I need you to be my eyes and ears. So we would go in, taste things, pretty crappy food, I gotta tell you.
It does make you wonder sometimes, and I mean this in the gentlest possible way. But sometimes you go into a restaurant, I mean, you could tell usually by looking at the menu, but let's just say we're wrong in reading the menu. Like I read the menu and I'm like, this is not going to be good. But I couldn't be wrong. Somebody could really execute it great. But then you have like one dish after another that either they're not trying or they're over trying or whatever. And you're sort of like, this is a business. What did you want to do here?
Yeah.
What did you want to do to be successful? Do you know what I mean?
I completely understand. I think there's a couple of things. One, we are spoiled here in the district. We have some bad restaurants here. No tea, no shade. There's some restaurants that need to be on that show.
Sure.
I would say bad. That just need help, that have lost their way.
Yes.
Let me say that.
That's a good way of doing it.
But we have, I don't think, until I travel with this show, you don't realize how bad it can get. And some of these places were really bad. And I think that
But do you think they're bad because they're not making money, so they're cutting corners? Are they bad because they don't know what they're doing, because they never did front of the house and back of the house? Like, why? What's your assessment?
Good question. So I think that you never know when it started. Someone starts with a dream. Like it can be something as simple as, we did this one joint up in Rhode Island or Massachusetts. It's a bowling alley. The guy owned a bowling alley, and then he opened up a restaurant two doors down. Okay. But they weren't connected in the back, so he was running food out the front door, and they were serving food where they sprayed the funky shoes. And
what?
It was, so what happens is, like, nobody in the kitchen had gone to, like, there was no cooks. There weren't even cooks. There were just people. What happens is you start with a dream, and that dream actually might not be funded to where you need to go out and hire and train and recruit a chef or a manager. So they can tell you, that's wrong, right? We should do it this way. So you're doing the whole mom and pop thing. It was a husband and wife, lovely people. But then you realize the money starts going down, so now you have to start cutting corners. And then it just snowballs, and you're never going to catch up. I mean, the guy should not have opened a restaurant.
Right.
Right? You do something else. Who knows what you do? But I think that it depends on how you start. I see a lot of small restaurants or owners start with a dream. It is not funded properly, right? The big boys and the big girls, they have 2 years worth of funding, right?
Yes.
And they're like, listen, if it don't go well, we can survive this. And you need a couple years to see. So,
well, you also have to get through all the, I mean, we can go down this avenue just a little bit, but like, a pandemic happened. The shutdown here in D.C.
Yeah.
I mean, there are recessions. You have to, I mean, in any business, but in the hospitality business, you have to have a buffer. And I just think people go in really wide-eyed, you know?
Because I can cook. And let me say this, because I said 2 years, like nobody realistically, we don't have that. We don't have access to it. Banks aren't going to give it to us. Excuse me. We don't have that. But what we have to do is close the eyes a little bit and be a little smarter. We have to talk to an accountant. I think the best thing to do, which many of these people do not do, they don't talk to the money people. And I didn't either. Like, I'm not saying I have the answer. I had the answers because I lost a lot of money and I made a lot of mistakes. But you got to take your heart out of it. I cook. I'm a great cook. But that has sometimes nothing to do with making a good business.
Sure.
So you got to talk to the money people. I had a guy approach me the other day. He said he wanted to open up a bar and he wanted me to help with it. And I said, where is it? He said, it was on 14th. I said, okay. How many square feet? I don't know. How much is the rent? He was like, $5,000. And I said, listen, you think that's good? That's not good? No. The answer is, for me, no. He knows the guy that owns the building. I said, anyway, so I'm giving him the whole numbers.
Right.
I can cook great, but that don't mean anything if you can't pay the rent.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't even want to get started on the rents. On the rents today in this city.
That's part two.
That's like a whole other show we can do.
Yeah.
It's a real problem.
It is. It's a big problem, and I think that we got to have some smart solutions. Whoever's going, if the mayor's not running, if there's a new council, and the business community has to meet us on this. You know, you want people here, then you have to meet us somewhere.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
We're going to get back to you,
right.
But let's stick on this for a second. You know, one of the issues I had several real estate guys on this show, and they'll always tell me that the rents aren't too high. And I'm like, okay. But I think that what has happened in this city, you've been here as long as I have, is, listen, we have entirely new neighborhoods. 14th Street's a great example. Most of the buildings on 14th Street are new or redone, right? H Street does not have as much new, like where your place is, right? But the Wharf is all brand new. That place didn't exist. Navy Yard, all brand new. National Landing, all brand new. So you have these new buildings with incredibly large spaces for restaurants. Like, there's a space, I'm not even going to say it. They happen to be doing fine, but when I walked in, I was like, how many people are you going to be sitting here? Like, it was like 150 people. I'm like, you're going to turn that over 3 times a night? Like, the math in my head, how many chefs do you have back there? Like, you have to pay all these people. Like, there's numbers that need to add up to make your business successful. And I just think the people in real estate, and this is not to slam them, but I think they think, oh, well, I'll get, Joe's, someplace, like Joe's, what's that called? The crab place, like, I'll get a chain, Nobu, I'll get a, Philip Chow. Nothing's wrong with these restaurants, but they'll pay the big prices.
They'll pay
the imports.
They can afford it. I think in a city like DC, this is what we have to be mindful and careful of, is that if we want to see a bunch of national brands in this city that has always cultivated like local and independent talent, you have to be very careful of that. And some of I understand it about. It just takes a want. It takes a want and a desire, and it takes the customers too to saying, hey, in these planning stages, we want local.
Yep.
Now that's a little tricky. You got to be civically involved, and you got to write some of this stuff in and make sure that these developers stick to it. There are certain developers that are doing well in that regard and listening.
Yeah, I think Jody McLean at Eden's is a really good example.
Yeah.
She has found in Union Market District a real way of making it work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just think Union Market District is an anomaly.
Yeah, I met Jody a couple of times. I don't have a place over there, of course. But,
Not yet.
There it is. Yeah, Jody, if you're listening. But I mean, it doesn't feel like a bunch of implants over there. Mm-hmm. Great options. It feels like a neighborhood.
It does. Yeah. And even though there are some, like, you know, Stephen Starr's got a couple of places there, and Chai Pani just opened, but, you know.
And which is fine. We don't hate on that. I don't hate on the big.
But they feel like they belong there. Like when Minetta Tavern opened in the alley, I remember walking up and being like, they're so brilliant. I was like, it looks like it's been here forever and I just didn't know about it.
Yeah.
But you know, Graffiti is there, you know what I mean? Italy is there. Like there's a lot of really good people. Bar Betsy is there, JP. You know, like there's locals. It's a good mix.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to H Street.
Yes.
A neighborhood which has not been totally redone. I mean, it's got a little bit going on, you know, the theater, and there's been some new residences and the Whole Foods, but it's been a struggle over there.
It has been. I'm still what I would say new over there. I've been over there for 2.5 years, and I love the history of H Street. I love the rich culture that exists. We're right next to the Atlas, which is such an amazing place. It has the dance theater, Joy of Motion there. Has a couple of other, Mosaic is another theater within it.
No, it's a great event space. I've done several events there.
Yeah,
it's terrific.
It is, but we have had our challenges. It's gotten better since I've been there. 2023 was an interesting year.
But 2023 was hard coming out of the pandemic.
For sure.
It wasn't just DC. New York, DC, LA. I remember being in LA in 2023, and I was on like Melrose Street. I was like, it is gritty. I mean, do you know what I mean? Like, people were struggling. It was hard, and I do feel like, even though it's hard right now, I do feel like there's been a shift.
For sure. I think that, you know, I talk to customers and I talk to people that live in and work in the neighborhood. The general sense is, you know, people get tired of people saying, it's like DC. If you live in another city and people call you and they say, "Oh my God, are you guys okay?"
I know.
And you like, what are you talking about?
Right.
It's not what you see. And the same thing with Portland. I talked to some people from Portland last week.
They're like, it's over. It's here.
Right. And that they keep showing the same scene. So with H Street, people said the same thing and still like, "Oh, I'm not going down there." And I think for the locals, a lot of our customers got, of course, really offended.
As well they should.
And tired of that. And then that resonates. So we wouldn't still be here if it weren't for the people in our community telling other people, "Hey, listen, come to H Street." And they're just being constant advocates.
But like, I have so many friends who live in that area, and or like, I think H Street, for people who don't know, they think it's like this linear thing instead of understanding the neighborhoods behind it and beyond it, because it's right off of Union Station. You just go over that bridge, right, and it's all back there. Yeah, yes, exactly.
Yeah,
like it's just. There. Everything is
Capitol Hill.
Everything is so close.
It is.
And I just think because it's called H Street, people think it's just this like
that street.
That's it.
It's all clubs. It's all. Right. What's interesting is that I saw what's the restaurant back there with wife and husband, Pasquale?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I was looking him up the other day. I got to get over there. And,
it's very good.
I've heard, and I know both of them. They're just incredible chefs. And I looked it up, and it said Capitol Hill, like north or whatever. I'm like, I ain't even. And that's literally one block off there on Maryland Avenue.
Right.
That's right off of H Street. And I don't know who determined that. They were going to say that's Capitol Hill, but that's more H Street than it is Capitol Hill. Now it shows me that maybe they didn't want it, and that's fine. Like labeled with H Street, or maybe that's just the jurisdiction that they're in. But it just shows the mentality of marketing that if you say you're Capitol Hill, no one says you're restaurant is located in a danger zone.
Right.
But if you say H Street, people are like, whoa, wait a minute, I don't know if my car is going to be there. And you're like, hey, listen, where's all this car? My car is, I got a nice car.
Right.
Pretty nice, it's okay. But it's always been
it could
there.
be better. I hear you. I feel the same way.
So
right.
Anyway, so to answer your question, I think that people have rebounded and they said we're going to support local and we're going to keep these restaurants and clubs and bars and all of these shops alive. I mean, we got Tim Ma down there. Of course,
I know.
The OG, Eric Bruner Yang.
We just opened something new.
Did Tapori opened up, Daru's around the corner.
Yeah, no, you've
Solid
got...
State, Dolcezza. It's just, if you think about
what's there,
it's incredible. So it's an amazing neighborhood, and that's on us to share. People have to spread the word. The shops have to say, you can't always say we're not that. You got to just talk about the positives. And some of the neighbors would get into the we're not that mode.
No, that doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
No, that's like, not to get into politics, but that's like being like, we just need to beat Trump. That's not enough.
Yeah, but what are you going to do for me? Exactly.
So it's the same thing. So as the mayor of H Street, Northeast, tell us what you're doing with your new place.
So Hush Harbor, I'm definitely not the mayor. I'm not even an alderman. But, Hush Harbor is DC's first fully phone-free bar.
Why? I mean, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I want more of it.
Yeah.
I actually stayed at a B&B out on the Eastern Shore recently, where they really want you to put your phone away.
Oh wow!
Which I mean, they don't. Yeah, no.
Oh, a bed and breakfast.
Yeah, like that's part of their, be intentional
Love
vibe.
That.
And I loved it too. But I was like, but you want me to take photos and video because you want me to post about this. So tell me how you're affecting this. What turns you on about it? Like, give me the whole 411.
Well, I think that, so I was interested in this a couple of years ago, year and a half, when I had these parties and people are in their phones more than they are interested in, these are singles and they're not like, she's right there, he's right there, and you're not paying attention.
Put your phone down, right.
So I understand it. I mean, it doesn't take me to talk about the studies of the effect of tech or smartphones on us as humans, right? There's plenty of research out there. So my question from a hospitality perspective is, what is the effect on a smartphone in the dining experience? And I said, well, what happened if we took it away? Now, I met a bunch of folks. I took this month offline class.
Okay.
It's called Month Offline, where you ditch your smartphone for a month, you get a flip phone.
Okay.
And in that class, I met a bunch of creative people, and then that's sort of how this Hush Harbor thing got born.
Well, what I find really amazing about that is I think we are so rarely alone with our thoughts, alone. If I'm sitting here alone waiting for you, I look at my phone.
Yes.
Right? I look at my phone, I scroll, I read the paper,
yes.
I do lots of things digitally. And I see in myself, honestly, when I'm sitting down to work, and my phone, and my work, and my paper, I mean, sometimes I'm like doing 3 things at once, and I'm not doing any of them well because I'm distracted.
Correct.
Right?
100%. I couldn't agree with you more. We have a distraction epidemic, which ... leads to less creativity. We don't read as much as we used to. I heard a stat the other day that said like 65% of Americans don't read a book at all in any year.
That is so upsetting.
Yeah, it is, and it's mind-blowing. And so when we talk about some of the advances of other nations, or we're losing that battle. And not to get all grand with it, but you said something that I think was profound. We need to connect with ourselves. There's a lot going on up here. I don't want anybody to go up here. But all of this other stuff is noise. And when we have the noise, we can't sit with ourselves and deal with what we need to deal with. And I'm not saying super deep, but it might be the laundry. Like you need to, you know what I mean? But
do the laundry without the podcast on. No, it's funny.
Yeah.
I really appreciate what you're saying. My, not to call out my daughter, but, you know, she always has something going on her phone. And it's usually like a television show or something like that. And I'm like, you never sit with yourself. You never cook yourself something to eat and not, I mean, it's one thing if there's music on, right? But you're always having some sort of visual and sound together that you have it's just too much for your brain.
Your brain was not meant to, first of all, we can't multitask.
Right.
No human being. We weren't built that way. Mm-hmm. And so when we think we are, all we're doing is we're pulling our facilities, our faculties in different directions. And like you said with the three things, we're not doing anything well. So on the dining perspective, my hope is not to change anyone's, like, you can have your phones. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to say you should be without your phones. I think you should, but you can have that. What I hope is that you put it in a bag. That's just a little bit of friction.
Right, walk me through. Okay.
So you come in, you give us the phone, we put it in the yonder bag, we lock it, give it back to you. Mm-hmm. You go to your table, to the bar. If you need something, you just come up there, you unlock it, and you go use it outside or right in the foyer. Mm. So that's friction. Friction is like when you leave your phone in the car and you just went into the store real quick to grab a gallon of milk, and you're like, should I go back and get it because I might miss a call or a text? You're like, nah, I'll get it when I come out. I'm coming right back out. That's just a little bit of friction to say, hey, I don't need the thing. And we can do that in our lives. The guy, James Clear, talks about it in Atomic Habits. Okay. Create a little bit of friction on the habit you want to break, right? So, I'm not saying you can't use your phone, but in order for you to use your phone, that means I got to say, excuse me, Nikki, I'm going to go see if my Instagram is popping. Right in the middle of our conversation. Having a conversation, right. Most people are not going to do that unless you're expecting something that is vital. Mm-hmm. So, and then what happens is, once you take that away, we don't have we're here. Neither one of us have our phones on us. Right. We don't wonder because we don't have the ghost phantom vibration or the pings. And then we're locked in this conversation. Mm. And so by us taking something away, we're here. We understand, I'm a restaurant person. You're a restaurant person. I look at this stuff anyway, but you focus on, look at this beautiful artistry, all of the thought that has gone into, I'm sitting over there when you were interviewing the chef. I know, isn't this so fabulous? It's like, you feel like you're there in this photo. It's lovely. You can hear the noise. Absolutely. Yeah. And that took time, these cushions, all of that took time. And most of it, as Gordon Ramsay would say, he'd tell me, it's subtle. It's not like we're trying to tell you we did this, we did that. It's subtle. And when you're locked in that device, I feel you can't. Not even I feel. The human brain isn't built to give that all its attention. Mm-hmm. And that's my goal is that, the restaurant, but also one another. Let's reconnect. Lastly, I'll say this, Nikki. Mm. I was arguing with some folks about I-82 this summer. Mm. And I know this, but you can't argue. No one wanted to have real conversation online. You can't have a dialogue or discourse. Oh, I remember this. Yeah. I saw you online. Yeah. And I think I re-forwarded it on Instagram because you were right. Yeah. I think that, some of the stereotypes that people have about the proponents of the wage decrease or going back to the tip minimum wage was it didn't fit me. And I said, hey, listen, I'm not that stereotype. So now let's talk. Okay, so we can talk all day, which we just did. Yeah, it's the Nikki and Rock Show. We should just have our own show and discuss all the issues. I'm here for it. But we do need to talk about what you're serving there, the food you're cooking, where you're cooking up your fried chicken. Like you have businesses, so let's talk about what's going on at them and what you're doing. Well, so Hush Harbor, I went back into my B. Smith's bag and. Some Cajun Creole and Southern favorites. We have the angel eggs. My mother won't let me call them devil. Okay. We have a wonderful red beans and rice served with cornbread. It's got some nice beef smoked bacon in there, a little smoked turkey. And and it's a wonderful comfort dish. Queen Mother's Kitchen, we have premium fried chicken sandwiches where we just, I took the chicken sandwich and we just wanted to make sure it just doesn't have any of the nonsense, and it's just an excellent cook to order. Leon Bakery makes our bread. Chicken is almost organic. We get all of our, ingredients from IGF. Paprikas from Spain and sea salt from Italy. It's just, it's
not fast food. It's good food fast.
There it is. I like
Thank you.
that.
I know.
Yes.
Branding should be my other thing.
There it is.
Okay.
So, I'm a Southern cook, and I try to bring that to all my stations.
How many locations do you have for that now?
So one Queen Mother's.
Okay.
Another on the way. I'll talk about that on the next show.
Okay.
Another on the way in Hush Harbor.
Okay, in Hush Harbor. Okay, great. Well, you're so busy with everything.
Yeah.
And Hush Harbor, what is it open every day? Like, what's the story?
Wednesday through Saturday.
Okay.
4 days. 5 o'clock, and we stay open to about 1 on Friday, Saturday, but midnight otherwise.
And what's the vibe?
Yeah, it's cozy.
Is it?
It's cozy. It's comforting. We have
because it's a townhouse too, right? Like where we are now.
Yeah, it's very similar with the open rafters and the exposed brick. It's just, it really feels warm. Our lighting, our designer did a phenomenal job. His name is Max Glazer, and Hill Prince was already a wonderful bar.
Well, Hill Prince was kind of an icon. You took over an icon in the city.
Yeah.
That meant a lot to a lot of people.
It really did. And they tell me about it.
I have no doubt.
They continually tell me about it. And I told my staff the other day, we have to, we want Hush Harbor to be that for people, but understand this is how important people have gotten married. We just had a wedding. Shout out to Fred and Morgan, who just got married on Sunday. Gabby and Dami got married 2 weeks prior.
They do events, ladies and gentlemen. Events at Hush Harbor. No phones. I love it.
Right. People have gotten engaged there. They've said, there's so many things that have happened. You affect a person. If somebody changes, that other chicken restaurant, nobody's going to say, "Oh my God, I can't believe you changed the booth." When we first opened up, old Hill Prince customers were like, "That photo, where's the trinkets up there?" Because they own it. And so while we changed it, you have to understand it is special, and we cherish that opportunity. So Hill Prince was a legendary place. A lot of great moments there. Same bones, but we're gonna do a lot more great things.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's so good to see you and have you with me, and we have so many other things to talk about. But I've already gone way over with the show, but it's my show. I can do whatever.
You can do what you want.
Anyway, so Rock Harper, ladies and gentlemen, tell everybody where they can find you on the Insta.
Yes.
Not the flip phone.
Me and Insta, we about to break up too.
Oh, are you?
Oh my goodness. This is me. This is my journey. But thank you. I just want to say thank you for all that you do for us in the restaurant community, that you have done and you continue to do. It really matters. So
thank you.
I appreciate you. I am Rock Harper on Instagram. That's the best place. ROCKHARPI.
And you can find him on the website too. He's got a Rock Harper website.
I do. ChefRockHarper.com.
Yeah. All right.
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you. There you go.
Yes.
Okay, so now about our generous hosts. As you know, I have a residency, if you will, with the team from YUME Hospitality. On a recent show, you saw me at Kyojin down the street with Tom Sietsema, which was a really delicious and fun show because we had some snacks afterwards that if you follow me on Insta, you will see. They were gorgeous. But here we are at one of their other spaces. It's called Rim Tang. It's down the street, or down the alley, and it is Thai home cooking. It's in this darling 2-storied townhome just off of M Street, and I'm sitting with Chef Mama and Chef Peter Kannasute, but it's Mama is Prapit, La Femina. Yes?
Yes.
And what I love about this story is that, Chef Peter sort of made waves in the DC area and Virginia doing sushi with Kyojin and YUME. And now here he is with his mama working together to do foods that he grew up with from Thailand and Bangkok. So first of all, thank you both so much for hosting this show and other shows. I greatly appreciate it. But since we're in this gorgeous restaurant, I feel like I'm sitting in your home. Yes. It's such a different feeling than from Kyojin, because Kyojin is like sexy and like it's sexy. You know, it's a totally different vibe. So tell me about, for both of you, why you decided to start cooking from your homeland.
Yeah, it's like remind me right back of the day right that I grow up with her food, right? It's like how home cooking, right? And I grow up with her restaurant, right? And that's why remind me. I see her work and have passion to cook the food, right? And I start to want to be like her, you know, and
that's so sweet. It's so nice. And I wish my sons would say that to me. That's so lovely.
and so happy when she see the customer, right? Eat her food and try, right? And this is to make this moment from her to me, right? I want to be like her, right? And that when the time we moved to America, and that's the time where why I looking is different, right? Why I want to do back to the root, because it remind me from her food, and I want to share that spirit, right, from what I eat from her food and show to the everybody.
And for you, Mama, because I know you've been cooking for a really long time. Right. So now that you and Peter are here at Rim Tang, what was it that you wanted to put on the menu here? Because you have a lot of fun with this menu, but it does feel like we're sitting in your house. I love, where did I put it? Oh, I love, you know, for those of you who know me and been, you know, paying attention to Industry Night over the last 8 years, I'm a tea drinker. I love me some tea. I always have tea on every show, but what is this? What do we got going on here?
Oh, the Thai tea.
The Thai tea, yes.
The Thai tea is so famous from Thailand. Every restaurant in Thailand have to have Thai tea.
Thai tea, but it's like, what's in it? It's orange. It doesn't look like the tea I'm drinking.
Yeah,
so tell me.
From the Thai tea. Thai tea we make it for the company too. You know, we boiling. We have the stuff put inside. We have the milk, condensed milk, sugar. What's it called? What's it?
The condensed milk.
Condensed milk.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a little thicker, right? It's a little thicker.
Yeah, that's just like when they make for her the graded, right? She makes everything like together to get more flavor. Because sometimes like we have like Thai tea is darker, right? If they put the milk after, it's kind of like the flavor is changed.
Okay.
That's why she think about one time drink, right? To make sure it's right taste, you know, and not too sweet.
Oh, okay.
And we have a coffee mate inside too.
A what?
Look like you make the coffee.
Yeah, it does. That's what I was thinking.
And only go to the tea. That's it.
But why the pouch? What made you decide to put it in here?
Yeah, it's just like the different, you know, because like when we remind it, right, in Thailand, right, it's always like with the bag, like a rubber band, and then, you know, and then
you put the straw in. So we call them Capri Suns. This is if you grew up in the States, this is Capri Suns, right? This is how we used to drink juice when I was a kid. Mama, just tell me quickly, give me like 3 or 4 of your favorite dishes here at Rim Tang, because Thai food is delicious, but a lot of Thai food served in the States is very Americanized and sort of made for an American palate, where Thai food can be really spicy and yummy. So what are some of the dishes you would recommend? Like, I'm coming in next week, so what am I eating here? I'm coming in next Tuesday.
Tuesday, yes.
Yeah, we have the favorite in the Bangkok. Like everyone have Panang. You know, eat, oh my God, I like Panang, you know.
Panang?
Yeah, Panang.
Okay.
Panang in the curry. Panang curry.
So what kind of curry is it? Because there's so many different curries.
Yeah, Panang curry is look like the similar the leg curry. That we make is a little bit more the treating, you know. Me, it is special for me. I put some tamarind juice.
Tamarind.
Yeah, this one no people make it. No people put tamarind.
So that's what really gives it its difference.
Okay. Taste different. You can tell about 3 things. Little spicy, little bit rich, and little sour. Made together.
Well, that's what I love about tamarind. Hold on one second. You can bring that over. You can bring that over while we're talking. That's fine. I think I love what tamarind. It's look how gorgeous. Tamarind is like has umami, right? Because especially for people who don't grow up with it in the United States, it's like you're trying to figure out what that flavor is, and that's what tamarind does to a dish, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, what have we got here in front of
We
us?
got here is a tom yum seafood. It's a soup.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
For the another name is potek.
Okay.
Thailand for people know potek.
Are soups a real important part to the culture?
Yes.
Yes. But are soups, so like in Vietnam, pho, people eat that for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Is the same thing in Thailand? Do people eat soup for breakfast?
Yeah, they have noodle soup in the morning. They have kanchi in the morning. The boiled rice in the morning. Then we have different kind of the people can eat here due to the breakfast too.
Right.
With the Thai to eat everything the same thing. But you can decide because a lot of restaurants.
Well, the food looks beautiful. I can't wait to dig in. And I want to thank you guys again for hosting the show. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carl.
Okay, thank you. Well, another delicious show of Industry Night. I have to thank Rock Harper for joining me and really opening up to his views on what's happening with the hospitality industry and why he's really being experimental in ways of connecting with the community, taking your phones, telling you to connect. I love what he's doing, and everything he does is delicious. But I'm just so grateful for him joining me today and having that kind of honest, open conversation. And of course, I am incredibly thankful to the team here at YUME Hospitality for hosting us here at Rim Tang. If you have not been here to taste their home cooking Thai cuisine, clearly that's something you need to do. So you want to follow me on all the platforms at NYCCI. This show is on YouTube. Click subscribe, comment. Tell me what you want. I am delighted to answer. But of course, you can download this as a podcast and listen to it on all your podcast platforms. Follow me on Insta and all the other social channels. Of course, you tune into Foodie and the Beast every Sunday at 11 on 1500. 17 years on air. Yay. What else do I got? I think that's it. So have a delicious week, and thanks for joining me.
Produced by Heartcast Media.